Hi there, welcome to week 6. We're going to wrap up infancy and toddlerhood this week, and we're going to focus on social and emotional development of infancy and toddlerhood. So let's look at this week's objectives and assignments, and then we'll go through each one specifically. So the first assignment you're going to see is your Play Pause It study lecture. You have a discussion this week looking at temperament tendencies, and then you have your reading quiz for chapter 6. Lastly, as you did for the first 3 weeks of this class, you're going to have a chapters 4, 5, and 6 exam that covers all of the chapters of infancy and toddlerhood. So you'll see the due dates here for your discussion. You have your initial post due on Friday, and then you have your responses to 2 peers due on Sunday. And then the rest of your assignments for the week are due on Sunday. So you have your Play Pause It study lecture due on Sunday, your chapter reading quiz due on Sunday, and then your chapter 4, 5, and 6 exam due on Sunday as well. Okay, so let's dive into your assignments. Before your assignments, I have another section of really helpful videos looking at some of the concepts in social and emotional development that are discussed within your chapter and within the lecture. So you'll see self-recognition. This is the DOT test, or the Rouge test that's talked about in your textbook. And it's a video looking at examples of children who are able to recognize themselves and know that that is themselves in the mirror, and children who do not yet have the concept of self-recognition. And then you're going to watch Mary Ainsworth's Strange Situation. And what happens here is you're looking at how does the child respond when the caregiver returns after they've left the child for a small period of time. So really interesting video. I encourage you to watch both of these to get a better understanding of some of these concepts. Okay, so now your assignment this week, you will have groups of 20 in your discussion groups, and within your group we're going to start talking about temperament tendencies. So even within your textbook this week, you're looking at temperament as stagnant, so something that never changes. But in the newer research, we actually see that temperament often changes with situations. The way that somebody responds to different situations is typically inherent and something that children are often born with. Personality, on the other hand, develops from a temperament that is inherent. So temperament and personality are definitely 2 different things. What I'd like you to do is look over these different assignments. And so first, I'd like you to look at a temperament overview, and I'd like you to do either a self-assessment or a child assessment, or both. So first, what I'd like you to do is, if you have a child in your life, I would like you to assess your child's temperament. So look at some of these questions and score the child on each of the different components of the different temperaments. And then what I'd like you to do is do a self-temperament assessment. So what kind of temperament do you think you connect with? And then I'd like you to make a comparative analysis. So do you think you and this child are similar in temperament? Do you differ in temperament? Do you think that affects your relationship in any way? Whether you're the same or different, does that affect your relationship? So what you'll do is you're going to summarize your learning from the video and article, which is here, and down below you're going to watch the video about the different temperament styles. And then you're going to reflect your own temperament on your own temperament self-assessment. So that's this one. Here's the child assessment that you'll do on another child. And then if you do not have children, what you can do is your whoever raised you can do a self-assessment on their temperament, and you can compare that. So whether it was your parents or an aunt or an uncle, and how did that affect your relationship with the people who raised you? So there's a few different ways to do this assignment, but you're going to do 2 assessments no matter what. So either a self-assessment and then your parent or your caregiver will do one, or you do a self-assessment, and if you have a child, you'll do the child self-assessment and do that comparison. Okay. So that is your initial post, which is due Friday, and then your responses to your peers, your 2 peers, you're going to reflect on their temperaments and then find similarities and differences between yourself and your peers who've posted in this discussion as well. Okay, so that's your discussion this week. Now, your Play Pause It study lecture is on social and emotional development. You're going to follow the same structure where you can open and close it and take the answer the questions as many times as you need to in order to get 100%, and then you will submit it and by Sunday night at 11:59. Okay. Your quiz this week also follows the same format as previous weeks. So you can open and close it as many times as you need to, but you cannot hit submit until you are ready to be done and you're confident in all of your responses for this quiz. Okay, and that is due Sunday as well. So the last thing that you're going to do is you're going to take your exam that covers chapters 4, 5, and 6. This exam is timed. So remember, your quizzes aren't timed, but your exams are. So you'll have 60 minutes to complete the exam, and your exam is based on chapters 4, 5, and 6. If you've done your quizzes, if you've completed the study lectures, you should feel really good going into your exam. Okay? So even though I do accept your quizzes and your Play Pause It study lectures up to a week late, your exams I do not accept late. But if you miss this exam for any reason, please remember that I do drop your lowest scoring exam. So not at week 7 yet, so let me close that out, but that is your weekly overview for week 6. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and next week we're going to jump into our next 3 chapters. So have a wonderful week.